Please welcome President Amit Sing.
Hola, buenos dias, bon dia. Welcome everybody to Barcelona and Ignite 2019. Excited to see people here, friendly faces in the audience. It's been a year since I joined the company, exactly a year ago. And I thought what I'd do is share with you a few of my observations, but also share with you the strategy, the investment strategy we have for Palo Alto Networks. Let's start with the changing nature of threats. Every day, you see it in the press. Yesterday, the UK Labour Party got attacked with a big DDoS attack. Last week, a large Italian bank. Massive disruption to business, to elections, to our physical security, to the electric grid, to academic institutions. It's everywhere, wherever data exists. And the stakes continue to rise. Recent attack on a bank in the United States caused a $2 billion drop in market value for the company. $2 billion in one day. Academic institutions, a few weeks ago, it was a front page article in the New York Times. Massive loss of intellectual property because research is being stolen by threat actors. The new law that's going to pass in California, GDPR here in Europe, massive fines if you lose consumer data. And the hardest part about our jobs, your jobs in this industry, is the bad guys have to be right just once. We have to be right 100% of the time. Incredibly difficult and challenging. I think the second part of what is a massive shift is the journey to business transformation led by cloud computing is now mainstream. Everything is changing about we build products, what we use, open source, how we deploy products using frameworks automatically, the kind of controls or lack of controls that we have in the deployment process. I was actually talking to a few CIOs around, we used to have code reviews and check-in processes, and pretty rigorous. Not to say that we don't have those anymore, but there's an agile methodology in place, which actually puts tremendous pressure on DevOps and the security infrastructure that's supporting the expansive nature of the surface we have to protect. People are using all sorts of different techniques, whether it's native lift and shift of products to the cloud, or rebuilding it in containers or serverless technology to give them more leverage. The perimeter is shifting, where what used to be the edge, where you could control it quite nicely within your data center, is out to mobile devices, branches, and elsewhere. We have way too many solutions. I met this client a few weeks ago. I don't think they're in the audience, and I actually won't say who they are. 212 different vendors, no vendor left behind, that they had as part of the network. We joke about it, but the fact is, it makes it very, very hard to operate that infrastructure. Every one of these products has alerts. You have to manage them, you have to patch them, you have to integrate them, you have to have skills around all these solutions. As an industry, we actually have done a poor job bringing all of that together and providing insights to our clients. And that's something that makes your jobs, I think, a lot more challenging. And lastly, look, there's just not enough talent. 3 million jobs, according to the New York Times, by 2021. This is a great industry for us to be in, but it's hard to recruit for, hard to retain people, hard to manage this infrastructure. And so across all of these trends, I think we need to rethink and reinvent cybersecurity. actually take it to the next level. And I thought what I'd share with you just a few ideas and approaches that we're considering in the company to actually make your jobs a little bit easier. There's massive investment. We're in investment mode at Palo Alto Networks. Just to give you one statistic, over the last year, our engineering capacity is up 50%, 50%. Massive investment going on in the company. And a few themes that we're looking at, the lens through which we're looking at as we make these investments. First, try to make our products more integrated. More integrated so you have to do less of the work. Okay? Second, build automation as a core principle across the infrastructure that we provide you to handle the complex environments and, frankly, the security posture you need to deploy. You're not going to be able to put human talent against an increasingly automated and an enemy that's using machines. We need to figure out rule sets and optionality that you can deploy through automation. And the last thing, intelligence. Intelligence built into our products, so it's self-healing. Intelligence built into the capabilities, so you use machine learning to use data as your friend so you can find patterns and identify unknown threats before you have one of those incidents that unfortunately puts you on the front pages of the local newspaper. And we're doing this fundamentally in 3 categories. Let me just spend a few minutes on each one. The first, securing the enterprise. This is the core business that the company was founded on: physical firewalls and integrated cloud-delivered subscriptions that keep you updated all the time against the threats that we identify. We've taken that capability and actually expanded it to virtual form factors with virtual firewalls, so you can have resiliency, you can deploy them in your cloud infrastructure, deploy it at the edge, or delivered as a service on the cloud in a new category that I'm very excited, and you'll hear later about it, called SASE, a new magic quadrant with our friends at Gartner that we are proud to be leading. This allows you just great capability to take all the investments you made in rules and deploy it anywhere you want in the form factor of your choice for your mobile networks, for your branches, so you don't have to hairpin all that data back to the data center, yet you can manage and operate all of that from the same management console, giving you tremendous, tremendous flexibility. We're excited that in this area, firewall as a platform, we want to continue to deploy additional subscriptions just like we did with Wildfire, just like we did with many other capabilities, so you can deploy things like SD-WAN, DLP, and many other capabilities in the future, like IoT. The second area that we are tremendously excited about is the investments we've been making in securing your journey to the cloud. As I mentioned, expansive area, fast-moving, lots of deployments going on, and we want to build the best-in-class suite irrespective of how you choose to deploy, whether it's native code, whether it's containers, whether it's serverless technology, whether it's one cloud, whether it's multi-cloud or hybrid cloud. We have the entire suite, and we're actually the leading company in this area to help you in your journey for cloud transformation. And you'll hear later on today some exciting announcements of how we're bringing the latest technology between Twistlock and Redlock together. The third area that we're excited about, securing your future, AI-driven autonomous security using data, analytics, and automation. We've spent a lot of energy bringing our endpoint product, traps, firewalls, combine that into a single data model, and be able to use machine learning against it to find those hard-to-find unknown threats. And that's why we won the MITRE Award. We're very proud of that fact. And now We're actually expanding this, you'll hear later on from Nir and Lee, into non-Palo Alto data sources. Very excited about that launch today. And then finally, automate. Automate so much of what we do using products like Demisto, so you can apply runbooks, you can apply best practices, and create automation in your infrastructure so you don't always have to bring human talent to an increasingly machine-driven fight. So those are the three investment areas for us: securing the enterprise, securing the cloud through our Prisma set of products, and securing the future with Cortex. And we're seeing tremendous adoption across the industry. A large healthcare company deploying it across 30 countries, taking and consolidating 120 different solutions down to a few, creating great value by actually taking their research assets, putting them behind these capabilities so they can protect them, automating the SOC using our API. Unfortunately, a large engineering consulting company that was hit by ransomware last year. We actually landed a team, deployed the Traps agent, deployed the firewalls, integrated that data, and actually showed them how they can prevent zero-day attacks. They're in a much better cybersecurity posture as a result of that. And lastly, in transportation and logistics, large French multinational company basically taking the firewall capability that they already have deployed and extending it to the edge of the network. So you can take all that mobile user, all that mobile traffic, the 3,000 locations that they have, and deploy the same capability that they had on their data center as they move out to the edge. And I'm actually excited that in this forum, in this community, many of these clients are here to share with you their journey as to what they went through as they're deploying these capabilities inside their own enterprises. Thanks to many of you here. We're proud and humbled to be the #1 cybersecurity company in the world by revenue, by customer base across 65 countries. As you can see, 71% of the Global 2000 use our products every day. And we're very proud of the CSAT scores and all the J.D. Power's awards we've run for exemplary service. So much of it is not just product anymore, since we are delivering these as software and cloud-delivered form factors. And right here in Europe, we have over 20,000 customers and about over 1,000 employees that are resident here to help support you every day. So we have a great event. You're going to have a lot of fun here. You're going to learn a lot. You'll connect. You'll share best practices. We have 2,500 folks registered. Thank you for all of you for showing up. We have 84 breakout sessions. This is what you've always asked for. Give me more detail. Take me, inside the products. Lots of hands-on labs. And as you can see, an incredible panel of speakers. We are proud to actually have these clients come in and tell you not just about the products, because they're just part of the story, about everything they had to do to make cybersecurity work for them. And all the partner speakers, and frankly, thank you to many of our sponsors for making this event possible. See, Backbox, NTT, and all the folks that have made incredible investments in our partnership together. So I just want to say thank you. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for being part of this community. Thank you for supporting Palo Alto Networks. We take this responsibility as a partner very seriously. We're just trying to make the world a little bit safer every day. And